Hello folks, this is Paquin with Golden Financial Services, and today we are going to speak about paying off credit card debt or resolving credit card debt that you are delinquent on. Okay, what are my options? A, you can work direct with your creditors. B, you can do what's called debt validation. C, you can do debt settlement. And the last option is bankruptcy. We will take an inside look, at each of these steps. First and foremost, if your financial situation is in good shape, let's start by simply calling your credit card companies and see if they will reduce the interest rate and or payment. Often the credit card companies will simply agree to it. You call them up and request, may I have a reduction in my interest rate from 15% down to 10%. They may say, no, we won't go down to 10%, but we do agree to lower it to 12%. They lower the interest rate and you're done. If you want to get your payment reduced, my recommendation is first, write out a detailed hardship letter and call your debt collection company or the creditor, call the creditor direct, and ask them for an email address or a fax number, fax over the hardship letter, and then follow up with a phone call and request that you get a reduction in your payment. Often they will lower the payment and you can move on. Now, if the creditors are not willing to work with you direct, in most cases, your creditors will end up charging off a debt after approximately 180 days. So let's say you're 2 or 3 months behind on the payment. You may want to just wait until at this point, if you cannot catch up and stay current on the account, they won't work with you direct. At this point, you may want to just wait a few months until the debt is charged off. And at that point, you can settle it or do what's called debt validation. And let me explain a little further into this. If the bank charges off your account, the reason they charge off a debt at the 180-day mark or possibly sooner is because A, it allows them to take the debt off their balance sheet, and this allows their finances to look healthier. The bank wants their finances to look healthy. So once they charge off the debt, they remove it from their balance sheet, and there's their motivation right there. B, the bank may want to get reimbursed from their banking insurance. So if they can charge off the debt, now they can get reimbursed from their banking insurance, and then additionally they will sell the debt to a third-party debt collection company, and that's what we're going to move on to next. It's dirt cheap. They will sell the debt, the alleged debt, to a debt collection company for sometimes as low as 4 to 5 cents on the dollar, and the older the debt becomes, the cheaper it gets. So basically, debts that are sold at 4 to 5 cents on the dollar, as you can see on the image below, after 3-4 years, it becomes even cheaper. Now, debt collection mistakes, including inaccurate information or missing or inadequate documentation, takes place all the time. When debt buyers, this is unbelievable. You would think that when a bank sells your account to a debt collection company that they would basically sit down and review everything and make sure all the documents are included, but that's not how it works. They will simply, the debt buyers, that's the debt collection companies, they will simply get an email from the bank. The bank will email a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet will include information such as their name, mailing address, and the amount allegedly owed. Allegedly owed. Keep that word basically refers to, and instead of allegedly, you could say that this is what they are accusing you of owing, but it's not a proved or verified amount. That is it. They simply email sometimes 200 names on a spreadsheet to a debt collection company with some basic information on it, and they don't include all of the necessary and required documentation required by laws, and information is often inaccurate. These points should help you to understand how debt validation is possible. Okay, and I definitely urge you, check out the image below. There's a statistic on it. Let me just read it to you here. The statistic says that 3.9 million accounts purchased by 6 of the largest debt buyers in America from March to August. Okay, the FTC estimated that debt buyers received documentation for as little as 6% of the accounts. And that means the other 94% of the accounts have missing documentation and most likely inaccurate details included in the paperwork. So these points should help you to understand how debt validation is possible. Often debt collectors cannot verify or validate the debt, which would then make the debt legally uncollectible, and eventually a debt, if it cannot be collected on, the statute of limitations will soon arrive, and now the debt is gone. In most states, the statute of limitation for credit card debt is 3 to 6 years, unless you live in Rhode Island, where it's 10 years. Rhode Island is a debt collection dream state. I mean, debt collectors love Rhode Island because the statute of limitation is 10 years on credit card debt. Another common option would be to settle a debt for a fraction of what is owed. Debt collection companies are willing to settle a debt at a fraction of what is owed simply due to the fact that they purchase the account for sometimes as low as 4 to 5 cents on the dollar. And it is important to only hire, if you're going to use debt settlement as an option, to only hire an attorney or a national debt relief company that has a long track record, where you can look them up with the Better Business Bureau. You can see they have 0 unresolved complaints and, of course, a high rating. And just for a little insight on Golden Financial Services, we can offer you a performance-based debt settlement program where there are no fees charged until your debts actually get settled. And that's the safest, that's FTC compliant, that's the type of debt settlement program you want to be on. And of course, we can give you a free professional debt relief consultation. You can speak with an experienced debt specialist by simply calling into 866-376-9846. We would be happy to answer any questions you have. And again, you will only speak with an experienced specialist. If none are available, one of our quality assurance reps will simply answer the call and schedule an appointment for you to have that free consultation that you are entitled to if you live in the United States. Again, you can call 866-376-9846 today. And it's been great speaking with you folks. Have a wonderful day.